70%, 30%. Of all the things there are to know about weight loss, this video will cover 70% of all of that. For the remaining 30%, it will take quite a lot of videos which will come in due course. So if you are interested in that 30%, do subscribe, but if you watch this video till the very end, you will have a very good idea of how you can start right now, in this instant, in this moment, how you can start transforming your life, transforming your body and losing weight. Hi, I'm Suyash, you're watching Mind, Body, Spirit, and let's get started. Okay, before we begin, just something I'd like to share with you. I have some before and after photos of my weight loss. Total, I lost about 16 kgs. So I took some photos from before that weight loss, some from after, and I compiled them and made them into a video. And in that video, I've also talked about how my life changed as a result of losing all this weight, and how others started treating me differently, how I started treating myself differently, everything that changed in my life. So that video is already in this channel. I've already uploaded it. I'll leave a link below in the description. So either right now you can pause this video, go and watch that one, or at the end of this video you can go and watch that. I would recommend that you watch it because yes, in this video I'll tell you about all the techniques and all the information that you need in order to lose weight, but also you'll need something that is motivation. You know, you need to be motivated from within to lose all that weight. I think that video will help you with that. So together, this one and that one, these two videos together will form a, I think, good foundation where your weight loss will, it can begin, and it can begin today. Okay, so let's start. We are basically going to be talking about three things in this video. The first is calories. Calories is the amount of energy that is contained in any food item, and we have to understand that this entire game of gaining fat, losing fat, all of this depends upon calories, and not just calories, the calorie intake and the calories expended by us. So let's say in a day we are sum total of everything that we are eating is, let's say, 100 calories. This is just an example. 100 calories is totally impractical. Just to help you understand better, I'm using this number. So let's say total calorie intake for one day for us is 100 calories. And let's say through all the activities that we undertake, we are expending 30 calories. So there's a huge calorie surplus in our entire day. Intake is 100 and what we are, the output is just 30 calories. So 70 calories is the surplus. So that will actually result in us gradually gaining a lot of fat. It will be gradual, but it will definitely happen if we continue with this kind of a lifestyle. On the other hand, let's say that we already have accumulated a little bit of fat, but our lifestyle is such that our intake is 100 calories, but we are expending, say, 150 calories. So what will happen is, since there is this deficit, what will happen is that gradually we'll start losing losing the fat that we had accumulated, and gradually we'll become lean and we'll become slim and how we want to look. And let's say 100 calories is the intake, and our what we are expending is also roughly 100 calories, then we'll be at a maintenance phase. Wherever we are, we'll stay there. So now let's say that we want to lose fat, let's say we want to lose weight. What do? We have to take care of both of these things. Calorie intake we have to reduce, and the amount of calories that is expended, that we have to increase. How do we do that? Let's see the first one first. How do we reduce the calorie intake? Well, it's very easy. First thing that you have to really understand, I don't recommend going hungry. I don't recommend doing anything that would be an impediment to your good health. Don't do anything that would harm you. But if we observe what we are eating, and it begins with observation, if we observe what we are eating, we'll find that maybe a lot of things that we are eating is something that is not really nutritious. That it doesn't contain a lot of proteins, it doesn't contain a lot of other necessary nutrients that we need, but it contains a lot of calories because it's probably very tasty, it's delicious, we really like eating it. Now, if we can reduce a little bit of that, we have to also indulge in some of our wants. There's nothing wrong with it, but if we can start reducing that little by little, we can do a great deal. For example, I really liked eating a chocolate pudding every evening. Almost every evening I had a chocolate pudding that probably contained 300-350 calories. I decided that it's absolutely not necessary for my well-being to have a chocolate pudding every evening. It's just a matter of habit, and if I use just a little bit of willpower, I can stop doing that. And if I can not eat a chocolate pudding for 6 days, at the 7th day I decided that every Saturday evening I'll have a chocolate pudding, and it'll be a great start. It'll be a great thing that I can look forward to for every weekend. So I decided that I'll not have a chocolate pudding every day, instead I'll just have it once a week. So I reduced my daily calorie intake by 350 400 calories, whatever the amount of calories that chocolate pudding contained. So this way I could bring down my calorie intake to a significant extent. Now there are other things also. Many times when we are offered a snacks we considered so negligible that we don't even count that in our daily intake. Somebody asked me, what did you have since the morning? Maybe I'll even forget that somewhere somebody offered me a snack and I had it, because we are so habitual of eating those little things. But they normally are very delicious, they're very tasty, otherwise people would not offer it to us. But because they're very tasty, they are also very calorie rich, and they actually make us gain a lot of weight. And so if we can start observing, if we can remain aware of what we are eating, and from that awareness, if we can bring about in us a conscious decision that we are going to be really cognizant, we are really going to be aware of what we are eating, and we are going to try to reduce the calorie content of the food, and we are going to make a habit out of it, we can really bring down the calorie intake. Now also we have to increase the calories that we expend in a day, and I would really recommend some cardio exercise. And it's not difficult. First of all, as soon as I said calorie exercise, some people, they were like, oh, I have to just stop watching this video. No, you don't want to stop watching this video, keep watching, because what I'm telling you is I was just like you. I hated cardio. In fact, I thought that I couldn't do it. And the first day that I tried cardio, I tried to run, and I ran for about 30 seconds, and that was the end of my exercise for that day, because I couldn't run any further. It was my mistake that I started by running, or maybe it was not, because I came to know what my stamina is. But the next day I didn't stop doing it. That for that I give myself credit. Thank God that I didn't stop, because that really changed my life. But I didn't stop. The next day I went and I decided, okay, fine, I can't run, it's okay, I can walk. So I started with walking, and I tried to walk at a considerably fast pace, as fast as I could. And for about 5-6 minutes I could walk really fast, and then I couldn't. So I slowed down. I walked slowly for a while, and then again I could gather some energy, and then again I walked a little fast. And like that I started walking for 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes a day for about 5-6 days a week. Mostly 5 days a week I started walking like that. And what happened, in a matter of 10-15 days I could walk faster for a longer duration. So earlier I had to stop walking fast after just 6-7 minutes. Now I could walk fast for 15 minutes, and then I had to slow down for 5 minutes, and then again I could walk fast. So what was happening is my stamina was increasing, and as a result, not just the calorie expended was increasing, but my capacity to expend those calories was also increasing. And so in 1 month I could start running, and I could run for 30 seconds, then walk fast for 30 seconds, then run for 30 seconds, walk fast for 30 seconds. Like that I could do 10-15 times for 10-15 minutes. And that really gave me a lot of confidence. So what was happening was that by doing just as much cardio exercise as I could, not really forcing myself to do something extraordinary, because I would, if I start comparing myself with somebody who's doing cardio since 10 years, I would be doing myself a big injustice. I'm a beginner, I accept that I'm a beginner, so I started just like beginners are supposed to start. But gradually after 1 month I was not a beginner anymore. I had 1 month of experience, and I really improved. So what I'm really trying to do is try to motivate you that don't consider exercising to be something really difficult. Start wherever you are and start doing it. And I can guarantee it that maybe every day you'll have to push yourself to get out of your house and get off your butt and just walk for a while. You may have to really force yourself to do that, but I promise you that every day, every evening if you do this, or every morning if you do this, after you've done it, you'll feel really good and you'll thank me for it. And that's why I'm doing it. Your feedback really matters to me. So just start doing it. Seriously, start walking, start running, whatever you can do right now, and keep increasing on that a little, little by little. Okay, so to sum up the first point, we can be aware of what we are eating and gradually try to reduce the calorie intake, and we can start doing a little more exercising than we are doing currently. If you are doing no exercising, we can start just a little bit and gradually try to increase the amount of calories that we are expending, and this will result in a deficit that we talked about earlier, and it will result in our fat getting reduced and our weight getting reduced. The second point is something that is called BMR. Maybe you're aware of it, basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate is basically the rate at which our body expends energy even when it is at rest. So let's say I'm sleeping right now, But even if I'm sleeping, my skin is working, my heart is working, it's pumping blood, my brain is working, it's doing, it's taking care of all the functions of my body, and so many organs of my body are working as if they never sleep. My heart never sleeps, thank God for that. I'm so grateful. So all of that is happening, and that requires energy. So my body is expending energy at every given moment, every moment of every day, even if I may be at a state of rest. So maybe I may perceive myself to be at a state of rest, my body is never at rest, it's always working. So basal metabolic rate is the rate at which energy is being expended, calories are being expended, even when I'm at rest. Okay, so the second and third points are really interconnected. So the second point is very short. The third point is that we can increase the basal metabolic rate, we can increase the BMR. How do we do that? It's very interesting. I didn't really know that. When I came to know, that was the turning point. I could really lose fat so easily and also so quickly. We can increase the BMR. How do we do that? See, muscles require more energy to sustain themselves, and if we can just build muscles to a small extent, that will increase the BMR, and we'll be, maybe if I can exercise on a muscle of my body for 15 minutes, and after that I can, I can take rest and I can just sleep. Oh, I have exercised so much today and I'm going to sleep. Even then, because I have worked on that muscle for 15 minutes, that muscle gets built a little bit. The muscle starts firing a little bit. That muscle starts getting bigger. I don't know, I don't know the professional terms, but building muscles. That's what we say in layman terms. So that muscle get built a little bit, and so it requires more energy. And so how beautiful this is, that I can spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day working on a particular muscle and or a set of muscles, and they will, for the entire day, they will make sure that more calories are expended, and that will result in the final fat loss or weight loss that I will experience. Now, what I would recommend in that, and something that I learned that really, that I feel is very important, is that I'm sorry for all the noise. That's, I don't know, I can't even find a time when it's peace and quiet out here, and yet I'm able to meditate and make videos. So you can too. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, so selecting the muscles that we are actually going to choose for this. You see, if your goal is to build a lot of muscles and to become muscular and to become a bodybuilder, then maybe this suggestion is not for you. If you are only looking to lose fat, what I would recommend you to do is to focus on some muscles that are really big in size. Again, I don't know the professional term for that, but some muscles that are really big in size. So for example, the pectorals, the chest muscles, the muscles of the back, the lower back, the upper back, the entire back muscles, the muscles in our thighs region. These are some of the muscles that are really big. And so what I would recommend you to do is just again, just like cardio, you don't need to start with professional level exercising, but just as much as you can, try to do exercises of these muscles. What I would really recommend you to do is try to do some push-ups. It's not easy. When I started out, I couldn't do a single push-up, but then I tried. Even today I'm not able to do too many push-ups, but gradually I improved. One exercise that I would truly recommend you is squats. You can just read anywhere about squats. You have these applications on your phone that will help you do the exercise, learn that exercise. I'll also post some videos about it later, but you can do some squats. When I started doing squats for the first time, it was, I didn't really enjoy the process, but my legs would start shivering, and I would really, I would sometimes feel that I would throw up because I was trying to do too many of them. But then I decided that I'll just start with maybe 5 or 6 of them, and 5 or 6 I could do easily. So because I could do them easily, I wanted to stretch myself a little bit. So 5 or 6 easily, so I decided I'll do 10, and so 10 squats I started with it, and gradually these thighs muscles, I could feel them getting built up, and that really increased the rate at which my body was expending energy even when I was not doing anything. So right now I'm making this video, my body is expending more energy today than it would if I had not worked on those muscles and had I not been working on those muscles. So just as a beginner at your own home, you don't need to just start out by joining a gym. If you feel like joining a gym, go ahead and do it. It's not a bad idea at all, but right now you can start by doing these things that will really help you out, and so you can do it. And so let me just sum up for you, for an absolute beginner, let me just sum up for you the things that I started out with doing, and of course gradually I'll talk about things that I learned on the way and the things that I included on the way. But from today, from this moment, what you can start doing is, number one, just start observing what you're eating. Don't eat without knowing what you're eating. Just don't be on this autopilot that I was offered this, so I ate it, now I don't even remember it. No, just be aware of what you're eating. Be aware of what is healthy, what's not, from a general point of view also, and from a weight loss point of view also. Start counting calories. If there is a food item that has too many calories, not too many nutrients, just don't eat it. Eat it rarely. So be aware of the food that you are taking in. Number two, try to do some level of cardio every day, and it's okay if it's not a professional grade cardiovascular exercise. Just start with walk as much as you can. Walk as fast as you can for as long as you can, then you walk slow for a while, then again walk fast. So gradually your stamina will get built and you will be in a position to do more and more cardio. You will definitely not just be in a process to start losing fat, but you'll also feel really good, you'll feel really energetic. So I would totally recommend you to do that. And number three, just do some exercises that'll build the big muscles of your body. For starters, if you want to start today, I would really recommend trying some push-ups. If you're not able to do them, it's okay, I'll tell you the easy ways to do it in a subsequent video. But and squats, try to do squats as much as possible. Now, one more thing that I would like to mention is just try to increase your protein intake. Have protein rich foods, because what protein does is it makes sure that all the calories that you intake is actually used up by your body, and you'll feel more energetic as a result. So it actually starts energy from getting converted into fat. So try to increase protein content in your diet. Of course, I'll make a detailed video about protein in the future, but you can start taking some, for example, in India we have eggs and we have pulses and all these things. In your country, I'm sure everybody knows these things. I'm just reminding you of these things, but try to also increase the protein content in your diet. So if you do all of these things right from today, you'll be in a position to start losing fat. And you start doing this today. Don't check your weight every day, twice a day. Don't do that. Just take your weight maybe in the morning, tomorrow morning when you get up. Just go about your daily business, and then just weigh yourself. Write it down somewhere, and then don't weigh yourself for another 1 week. 1 week later, check your weight again, and let me know in the comments below if my advice helped you, right? And I'm sure that it will. So I think that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Go and watch that video if you haven't already, because I think it's one of my favorite videos on this channel, my before and after photos, and I've also talked about how it changed my life. I think it will help you out. Link is in the description below. If this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. If there's something that you would like me to make a video about, please leave a comment below. Please subscribe to my channel. Do you know about the law of attraction, or are you only here for the weight loss thing? If not, go and check out some of my law of attraction videos as well, because that will also help you in weight loss. And so subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to connect with you. See you soon. Bye-bye. This is probably going to be one of my most important videos that I've created yet, because in this video I'm going to share with you the key, the most basic element, the most fundamental thing that ensures our success and often our failure when we try to use the power of our minds, or what is more popularly known these days as the law of attraction. And I'm not just going to tell you what the key is, I'm also going to tell you how we can ensure that it results in our success and not in our failure.